So you guys have probably heard us mention in some of our Ask Whitetail Instinct videos and some of our scouting stuff, we'll be using tree saddles this year. We're going to be using the Aero Hunter tree saddles, specifically the Kestrel Flex for this year. So we're going to try them out. We've never used them before, haven't used them hunting, haven't really even gotten in them. So we're going to give you our first initial reaction from people that have never hunted out of tree saddles before, what we think of it. Going to climb up in the tree, talk about it a little bit, just kind of give you guys an overview of Aero Hunter and their tree saddles. And if you're interested in them, we have a link down below. You can click that link and check them out more. So initially, it's pretty simple. I thought it'd be a little bit more complex, just going from an easy to hang tree stand. And I saw like kind of all the ropes and the different stuff, and I thought it might be a little complex to get in and figure it out. But it's pretty simple. I threw it up in the yard once, so I kind of know how to do it, but it's really simple. You just have 3 ropes. You've got your regular lineman's rope that I've got over my shoulder here that you'll use to put up your tree stand. For me, the lineman's rope's a little long, but you can always adjust that, or just like I'm gonna do, just deal with it. It's long enough you can get into any tree you need to get in, so that's good. You got your tether to tie yourself up into the tree, and you got this that you can clip into, and it makes the saddle actually work and operate like a saddle. So pretty simple. You have your lineman's rope you put on as you climb up the tree. Once you get to where you want, tie your tether on, and then you have this as well when you're in there. This is the back strap that can go around you as well if you feel like you need it. Haven't hunted out of it long enough or at all to know if you need this, but I'll probably bring it, especially if you're doing all day sits during the rut. This just helps you have a little bit more support. You can sit longer and be a little bit more relaxed. So not too complicated. You just throw it on. You got the leg straps here that won't get twisted, so there's no like left strap and right strap. They just come up from the same spot and tie in, never get twisted up, and works pretty well there. Got your belt strap that you can adjust. They also kind of color coordinate their loops here on the saddle itself, so you don't kind of lose where you're strapping your lineman's belt to or this strap to. You know where you're going. You can see it in the dark as well, so you know where you're hooking to. You know you're secure when you're up in the tree. So I'm gonna go ahead, climb up in the tree, talk a little bit about it up there. So, like anytime you're coming up in the tree, always be secure. That's what this lineman's rope for. They have this no slip cam right here, so once it's locked in, it's locked in. He ain't gonna slip out of it if it's hooked securely into your loop right here. They also got this piece of strapping along the outside of your lineman's rope, just keeps it from wearing, keeps your lineman's rope in better condition as you use it throughout the year. So just always put that lineman's rope on and then climb up the tree. That's your first initial step when you're using this saddle. And so for instructional purposes, I'm only coming up one step here and just using the step as my platform. But once you get up in the tree, you'll put your tether up here and tie it on the top of your tree. They say usually about head height is where you want to start with it, but then as you use it, you can adjust it, figuring out how much higher you need it or lower you need it for where you feel most comfortable when you're using that tree saddle. So just throw this up, start at head height, and then you can adjust it from there. So once you get your tether hooked up, I got it about head height. It's a little lower than I probably want it just because I'm dealing with some branches right here. It's not the ideal tree, but get it about head height, a good place to start. Then you can hook your other rope into that. So move your cam, hook your rope right into it, and you're good to go. Then you can adjust that too based on where you're at. So once you get that hooked in, you can kind of adjust this if you need to. Start loosening the strap on your lineman's belt, and you can lean back and sit in your saddle. Make sure that this is securely on these loops, otherwise you'll have nothing holding you up. And then much like that, you're sitting in your tree saddle. So pretty easy, pretty simple. If I wasn't talking to the camera right now, I probably could have put this thing up in less than 5 minutes. So just as far as mobile hunting goes, I think this is really going to change the game. We've already talked about it on a lot of our scouting videos, just how much farther we can go just not carrying all that much weight. If you've done any mobile hunting, you know what it feels like to carry all that stuff back in there. We do it because that's where the bucks are, but anyway we can lessen the weight of what we're carrying back into some of these public land spots, we're going to do it. We can walk farther, be more comfortable while we're doing it, and get into some places that we weren't able to get in. So it's really pretty simple to use, really quick, and I think that's one of the benefits usually when we're going into public land. We're getting up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, walking 2 miles back in there, getting there to the piece of public 2 hours before you know, sunlight even comes up, and this will save you some time. You still want to get in there early, but this is going to save you a lot of time, where it might take you 15 minutes to put a stand up. This is going to take you 3. Real simple, real easy, kind of a 3-rope system. One that hooks here to the tree, that you hook this tether in to this. That's what holds you up, makes this tree saddle operate correctly. Then you always got your regular lineman's rope right here. I still got it hooked up just because I'm just 2 feet off the ground here, but in a normal hunting situation, you'd unhook this, put it in your backpack, or hang it on the tree. So a real simple kind of 3-rope system, lets you hang here. I've been sitting here just like this, talking to the camera for a while now, and I don't feel it in your butt muscles, you don't feel it in your legs, you don't feel it in your feet. You can just, all the pressure is hanging right here on this part of the tree. So it just kind of allows you to sit longer and be more comfortable than sitting and standing in a tree stand. You can also move around the tree a lot better, and even for filming, you can move a little bit. If there's does coming in, you can move up closer to the tree, hide yourself, move around the tree to get some different shot angles. So real simple, real quick to put up, and allows versatility for not only hunting, but the different setups you can do as a mobile hunter on public land. We haven't used them yet throughout a hunting season, haven't shot our bows out of them yet, so there's still some learning curve to it. I think that's the one thing most people talk about, is trying to figure out how you shoot your bow out of it, getting comfortable out of it, and just learning to kind of trust the system. So we're gonna probably get up in the tree stand, or in the tree saddle in the yard, and shoot our bows out of it, test that out a little bit, and then obviously use them throughout the fall. So as we go throughout the fall, we'll talk about them more, talk about what we like about them, maybe what we'd adjust or change, or the difference between hunting out of this and a tree stand throughout the fall on public land. But like I said, we'll be using Aero Hunter. This is the Kestrel Flex, new for this year. We're gonna use it throughout the fall. So if you have any questions about how we're using it, what we're using, anything like that, drop them in the comments below. There's also a link to Aero Hunter, so you can ask them about their stuff too. So if you're thinking about a tree saddle, go ahead, click that link, grab one of these, try it out for the fall. Thanks for watching, guys. This is really quick, really short. We just kind of wanted to introduce Aero Hunter tree saddles to you, talk about it a little bit, and kind of introduce it for the fall.